Yes, Rutgers has some really talented skill players. They've got a veteran offensive line. I believe 4 of the 5 returning starters. Um, they have a really talented tight end. He can do all the jobs. He's probably one of the, if not the best tight end we've played up to date in terms of being able to do all the jobs. He blocks at the point of attack. He's a threat in the passing game. Athletic, big, physical player, and really 4 talented tailbacks. They run hard. They run well. Physical tackle breakers. Good speed. Can attack the edge and circle the defense. 4 guys that all have a little bit different traits, but all can get the job done.
Talked about participation patterns prior to the season. And just watching the Northern Illinois game again, there was a lot of rotation from that front 7. How do you feel like that's gone so far? What are some of the advantages to doing that? And kind of how do you figure out when is it a feel thing when you got to put guys in? Or how does that work?
Yeah, it's going great. The players can play harder, longer collectively. These games are the first, and you can see it just almost in kind of the knick-knack, ticky-tack stuff with the personnel on defense, with all of the extreme right, extreme left, extreme right, extreme left running. So we're playing a lot of offenses that make you defend the whole width of the field, and predominantly have to do it with speed and tempo. Some of these plays have been turning over every 10, 12 seconds. So having to run to the right and to the left and to the right and to the left for a guy that's 310 pounds, that can get really taxing. It's not your prototypical or standard kind of 3 yards in a cloud of dust, running, rushing attack. It's a lot of side to side running. So, the big boys get tired, and we got to make sure that we get them out before they get tired and don't produce. So you can see in production in third down, you can see in production in the red zone, evidence of players being ready to play in those situations and not being extremely gassed to a point that they can't produce. And then the side byproduct, which is fantastic, is development. So we're getting a lot of guys reps and game experience. There's so many young players playing in these games. It's incredible. The future's very bright. I was very pleased with him. Very pleased. I thought he went in and played hard. I thought he was on his job and his work. He prepared hard. He was ready to go in as a next man in. That's fun to watch. A guy that may not get as many reps as the starter, but he prepares hard. He studies tape. He studies the defense. He studies the opponent and goes in and is ready to produce. And that was definitely the case with him. He was assignment correct and played hard and did a nice job. I think that on multiple levels, you go into the season and, nobody's ever watched these guys play in games. Now, so if we had 4, 5 participating seniors on defense, 3 of our most experienced top performing players aren't available. So we're thrust into a situation where next man in are really young, inexperienced players. So really nobody had any idea how they were going to behave or respond in game. We know that they try hard. We know that they want it. We know they're wonderful young men, and they're talented, but they got to get time playing. So now we got a picture of how they're going to play, and that allows for at least a little bit higher level business in terms of systems, play calls, things that we can do based on what they can do. And then the other part is so you know yourself. The other part is knowing the opponent. So when you have an opportunity to do that, I'm all for it. In the last game, we were presented a few more opportunities to do that style of stuff. Our package is very flexible. It has all those trimmings in it, and that gave us those situations gave us an opportunity to do some of that stuff more.
Was in on that their touchdown drive, last 3-4 plays. Is that because Antonio
Yeah, you guys watched, that final few plays as it relates to not the final few plays. Final few plays we got a stop, and the drive before that, we had a few moments of point of attack opportunities that didn't happen. So Markel is again another freshman player who's never really played, but he's a football intelligent player who's a tough guy, and he loves football, and he's a hard worker. So I have no reservations putting him in. The development process has been accelerated because of all the participation, and that's a good thing for the future.
Was he in that moment because Antonio did something?
I think it's against federal laws to talk about players' injuries, so I'm not going to.
Anything else? Gary Kill is their offensive coordinator. You mentioned playing teams that run side to side. Now at Minnesota, they like to kind of smash them out.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him?
Yeah, similar. Yeah, Coach Kill is a tough guy. He's a brilliant football coach. He doesn't need. No one needs me to say that. His record speaks for itself. His reputation precedes him, and his teams are hard nosed. His offenses are hard nosed. They're disciplined, and they block and finish plays and finish runs, and that's all the things you see with Rutgers offense.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.